Good morning, children. Welcome to the second session of the first chapter, Chemical Reactions and Equations. So here we will see types of chemical reaction. In your first session, we have learned combination reactions, and then we have learned decomposition reaction. In decomposition reaction, there were three types: thermal decomposition, electrolysis, and then photolysis. Here we are going to see displacement reaction first. To see displacement reaction, you need to learn reactivity series. So you have to take down reactivity series in your fair notebook. Over here, what is this series? This is the arrangement of the metals in the increasing order of their reactivity. So the order of the reactivity goes like over here: potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, carbon, zinc, iron, tin, lead, hydrogen, copper, silver, gold. So as you go down the reactivity series, the reactivity of the metal will go on decreasing. Here there is a easy way to remember reactivity series. For example, here over here you have, please, to remember potassium, stop, sodium, calling, calcium, Me, that is me, magnesium, A, aluminium, careless, carbon, zebra, zinc, instead, iron, try, tin, learning, lead, have, hydrogen, copper, you will have copper for that, saves will have silver, then gold. So together you can have some sensible statement here. Please stop calling me a careless zebra. Instead, try learning how copper saves gold. So this is how this becomes very easy for you to understand and learn reactivity series, because it is extremely important for you to understand displacement reaction. So displacement reaction is based on the reactivity series, because you should know the order of the reactivity. Now the reaction in which a more reactive element displaces a less reactive element from its compound is called as displacement reaction or single replacement. You can see in the picture over here how single replacement reaction takes place. So here A plus BC, what will happen over here? The place of B will be occupied by A. So it is B is displaced by A. So it is a single replacement, or simply you can call it as a displacement reaction. Next you will have, here you will have equations of displacement reaction. Wherever it is possible, reaction will happen because it is based on the reactivity series. The more reactive metal will displace the metal from its salt solution which is less reactive. So over here, iron plus copper sulfate give you FeSO4 plus copper. Here copper is less reactive than iron. You can see in the reactivity series, that's why it can displace copper from its salt solution, that is copper sulfate. So there will be a formation of ferrous sulfate and copper. Similarly, when zinc react with copper sulfate, you will get zinc sulfate plus copper, because zinc is more reactive than copper. Lead again will react with CuCl2, that means cuprous chloride, and it will give you lead chloride plus copper. So over here again lead is more reactive than copper, that's why it can displace copper from its salt solution. Here you can see copper plus silver nitrate reacts to give you copper nitrate plus copper. Over here you will have, so the reactivity of the metals goes like this. In the decreasing order of the reactivity: potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, nickel, tin, lead, hydrogen, copper, mercury, silver, platinum, gold. So this is the reactivity series of the metals. And if you take halogens like fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine, the reactivity will be in the decreasing order will be fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. Halogens means salt forming. So halogens are fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. Next you will see on strongly heating ferric oxide with aluminium powder, aluminium displaces iron from ferric oxide. Temperature is so high that iron is obtained in the molten state. So it is used in welding broken parts of iron machinery, and it is called aluminothermy or thermite welding. So this reaction is again a displacement reaction where the application is to get a very high amount of energy, tremendous amount of energy is released which melt iron, and that's why it has application in welding and to join broken parts of iron machinery. Next, double displacement reactions, the reactions in which two different atoms or groups of atoms are exchanged. So here you can see a general form of displacement reaction, that is double displacement reaction. The general form will be when AB reacts with CD gives AD plus CB. That's why here the two atoms are exchanging places. B is replaced by D. So it's a double displacement reaction. Next, here you will see examples of double displacement reaction where you have sodium sulfate plus barium chloride giving you barium sulfate plus sodium chloride. So again you can see there is a exchange of two atoms. So that's why it's a double displacement reaction where sodium sulfate, the sulfate over here will combine with barium to give you barium sulfate, and sodium will combine with chlorine to give you sodium chloride. Similarly, next example, silver nitrate plus sodium chloride will give you silver chloride plus sodium nitrate. So again two atoms over here exchange, that's why it is double displacement reaction where silver combined with chlorine, that means nitrate is displaced by chlorine, and over here there is a formation of sodium nitrate as well. That's why it is because two atoms got exchanged, that's why it's a double displacement. Similarly, you have iron sulfide plus sulfuric acid gives you iron sulfate plus hydrogen sulfide. So again two atoms are exchanging over here, so that's why atoms or a group of atoms are exchanging actually, that's why it is a double displacement reaction where in FES you have sulfur being displaced by sulfate, that is a group of atom, and over here there is also a formation of hydrogen sulfide. So atoms or group of atoms together will exchange, that's why it's a double displacement reaction. So copper sulfate plus ammonium hydroxide will give you copper hydroxide plus ammonium sulfate. So again atoms more than one atoms will exchange or a group of atoms will exchange places, that's why it is double displacement reaction. Next you will see precipitation reaction. So the name suggests there is a formation of some residue at the end of the reaction. So let us see the reactions in which aqueous solution of two compounds on mixing react, or when a gas is passed through a solution of a compound to form an insoluble compound which separate out as a solid. So residue formation means a solid is always formed, that's why it's a precipitation reaction. A very good example over here, sodium sulfate plus barium chloride, there is a white precipitate formation of barium sulfate plus sodium chloride which will dissolve in the solution. So you will get a white precipitate of barium sulfate at the end of the reaction. Next you have calcium hydroxide reacting with carbon dioxide. Again this is a very important reaction. Calcium hydroxide is also called as lime water. So lime water, when you pass carbon dioxide gas through lime water, there is a formation of calcium carbonate, that is white precipitate formation. This is also called as milkiness. Milkiness means it is a white residues formed in the product. So you can see the solution will turn milky because of the formation of calcium carbonate, and water will remain suspended. Next, you will have, now here you see neutralization reaction. As the name suggests, acid and base will neutralize to give salt and water. So the reaction where an acid reacts with a base to form salt and water is called as neutralization reaction. Here you will have acid plus base gives you salt plus water. So the general form, if you take Ha as the acid and BOH as the base, will give you salt AB plus water. Now hydrochloric acid plus sodium hydroxide gives you sodium chloride plus water. Next, hydrochloric acid plus ammonium hydroxide gives you ammonium chloride and water. Acetic acid plus sodium hydroxide will give you sodium acetate plus water. Hydrochloric acid when react with potassium hydroxide gives you potassium chloride plus water, and sulfuric acid when react with sodium hydroxide gives you sodium sulfate plus water. So in each reaction you can see the product is a salt and water. So neutralization reaction always gives you salt and water as the product. So next, you have identification here. You can easily identify if you relate to this general form of reaction combustion when AB is a compound reacting with oxygen gives you oxide of A and B. That means when AB compound burns in the presence of oxygen gives you oxide of A and B. Similarly, combination you can see A plus B will give you C. So two elements together will give you a single compound. Decomposition, where a compound will decompose to give you two or more single elements. So AB will split into A plus B. Similarly, displacement reaction, you can see the identification. A plus BC will give you AC plus B. So here displacement reaction will happen where you will see B over here getting displaced by A. So that gives you AC plus B. Double displacement reaction where AB plus CD gives you AD plus CB. So over here you can see B is being displaced by D. So then you get a product AD, and then C and B will combine to give you CB. So this becomes a double displacement reaction. Next, key points. A chemical reactions involve a chemical change in which substances react to form new substances with entirely new properties. Substances that react or take part in the reaction are known as reactants, and the substances formed are known as product. During chemical reaction, there is a breaking of bonds between atoms of the reacting molecules to give products. A chemical reaction can be observed with the help of any of the following observations. There will be evolution of gas or change in temperature or formation of precipitate, change in color or change in state. So, any one of these can be observed at a time, or you can observe two or more. So it's a combination of this observation where it will indicate some chemical change had happened. So next you will go for, now you will have a worksheet to write in your notebook. So reaction worksheet, write balance equations for the following word equations. Potassium chloride plus silver nitrate gives you potassium nitrate and silver chloride. Ammonium hydroxide plus sodium nitrate gives aluminium nitrate plus sodium hydroxide. Next, iron metal when react with copper sulfate gives you iron sulfate and copper metal. Aluminium metal when react with copper chloride, that is oxidation state of copper is 2 over here, so it is cuprous chloride reacting with aluminium gives you aluminium chloride plus copper metal. Now potassium bromide, next you will have, it will react, gives you, when you heat it, it gives you potassium metal plus bromine gas will be released. Now next, calcium carbonate on heating, again it will give you calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide gas. Next, zinc metal in the, when you heat it in the presence of oxygen will give you zinc oxide. Chlorine gas when you when you react with sodium metal, it gives you sodium chloride, and aluminum sulfate when react with barium chloride gives you aluminum chloride plus barium sulfate, and sodium hydrogen carbonate, that is also called as sodium bicarbonate, when you where it decomposes, when you heat it, it will give you sodium carbonate plus carbon dioxide plus water. So these are the word equations. You have to convert into symbolic form and you have to balance the chemical equations. So here we end the session 2. Thank you children. Have a nice day.